ended up making a 2-day trip down to Daytona Bike Week, stopping just south of Charlotte.
Good morning, kids. It's Thursday morning, about 9 o'clock in the morning on March 7th. I'm about 50 miles north of Savannah, Georgia, on my way down to the Sunshine Chapter AMCA meet.
Got in about 2 in the afternoon, made it over to my spot, got unpacked. I had a lot of stuff I had just thrown in the back of this trailer. It was 14 degrees when I left Ohio. Bike made it just fine, all nice and strapped in. But I was just unpacking the stuff and getting ready for the next day. Next day, I was out there on Friday, the 8th of March, talking to folks, explaining the ride. People asking questions about where I was going, why I was taking this bike. This one right here? Yeah, this one right here. You're taking that one. So I had to start it up and show it to them. All winter. So I took it around the circle a little later that day and got a chance to tour the grounds for the first time. Apparently in Florida, it's okay to enter a roadway in a golf cart and cut off motorcycle traffic that's actually using the roadway. I didn't know that. And then they've got all these nice irrigation ditches or something along the back way. So we got these nice culverts or something you got to drive over. Keep that suspension working, the one I don't have on the Henderson, except for the seat springs and tiny little spring in the front fork. Well, I took it around the back 40. Kind of ran it a little bit. It really has a hard time going slow. It wants to go fast. And so I had this thing in first gear. It was probably maybe about 1,000, maybe 1,100 RPM, just trying to idle and keep it going slow. So I didn't have to stop, because although I do have brakes on it, it's not the best stopping machine. So I took it out, went around the front of the place, making sure I didn't run into anybody. So wonderful meet, lots of space, lots of great people, and a great way to begin the new year and the new meet season. So I turned the corner, heading back to my spot. Straight up the main drag on the left here, that nice little red tent along the front line. Anyway, had a wonderful time at the meet, Sunshine Chapter. Look forward to next year. And here I am coming by my spot. On Friday night, we made it down to Main Street at Daytona Beach. Got a bit of the view of all the bikes downtown. Police blocked the roads off. It was a very nice event. Can't quite imagine taking my Henderson out here, but maybe next year. It'll be a lot of fun. There's a lot of people. Everybody's sitting around looking at their bikes parked on the side. Sunday morning, Donnie Summerlin hosted a bike-in at his New Smyrna Beach location. He's got another one up in Ormond Beach. A bunch of folks stopped by during the morning, and he gave me a spot right down in front. From there, I was able to meet with folks, talked to them about my ride, about the machine, about the journey, about CK Shepherd. Over the morning, hundreds of riders of vintage, antique, and modern motorcycles stopped by for coffee and donuts and a chance to visit with everybody else. So I had a really nice opportunity and took advantage of it, met with folks, some of whom I actually knew. So it was really wonderful to see everybody coming out on a nice Sunday morning at Donnie's Donuts, and I can't thank Donnie enough for hosting us, giving us such a great spot to tell people about the ride. Monday morning, about 11 in the morning, I made it out to the Broken Spoke Saloon. Jay Allen, a world famous motorcycle personality and the founder of the original Broken Spoke Saloon, invited me out, gave me a spot right on the hot corner so I could talk to folks about the ride. Jay gave me a spot right out on the hot corner of the main pad out front. It was a wonderful location, allowed me to visit with many, many people as they filed in for the day's events. Jay puts on quite a show at the Broken Spoke Saloon. He founded this venue years ago, and it continues to be a mandatory stop. If you're going down to Daytona Bike Week, you've got to stop at the Broken Spoke Saloon. While I was there to meet with dozens, maybe even hundreds of people, in pairs, 2 or 3 people at a time, talk to them about my machine, about my journey, about CK Shepherd. Here, before it got really crazy, I was able to visit with folks as they came in, stop by for some refreshments as they took their tour. My location at this venue was awesome. I had a real opportunity to have personal time with so many people. Talk to them about the bike, the moving pieces, giving folks a close-up look. They've probably never seen a Henderson before. Talking about the expansiveness of the ride, my project, the challenges that I faced. It was really quite something. And I found that so many motorcyclists were genuinely enthusiastic about learning about the Henderson motorcycle, what I plan to do in tribute to CK Shepherd on the ride, and follow me on the road. I was able to hand folks my pamphlet, let them know so they could take something away when they got home, take a look at it and share it with their family and friends. Daytona Bike Week. I'm here at Broken Spoke Saloon, and came down here from Ohio, about 1,000-mile, 2-day trip. A little bit of trouble with the trailer, got it down here okay, safe and sound. But I'm out here. It's going to be hundreds of bikes out here, hundreds of enthusiasts. I got my Henderson ready to show it to people. This is my first big event where I'm showing people the bike. Big bike enthusiasts. Got the Henderson 4-cylinder, and everybody's going to be pulling in here later on today. Oh, probably about another hour. This place is going to be jammed with bikes. They're going to be all lined up here, lined up over there, lined up in the middle. Then they all pile into the bars. They got bars, picnic tables, bands coming into dunes. And we're sitting out here talking about my ride.
Now this put out about 14 horsepower, 14, isn't that amazing? 80 cubic inches, look at him laughing. 14.7 horsepower.
Average about 4,500 miles.
4,500 miles. He's leaving July 4th on a trip across the United States.
There you go.
What an honor, man, sit on this little Henderson for you guys. This little girl's going to be taking over a 4,000-mile trip across the U.S. in July. Happy. Yeah. Who was the World War I vet back in 1919 who took that trip?
This is Captain CK Shepherd, Royal Air Force mechanic. Worked in France 3 years in
right up on the front, maintaining airplane engines. Got home, decided he was gonna go to the United States to take a tour and maybe sell some motorcycle stuff. And wrote a book about it when he got home.
Hey, folks, give this man a hand for following his dream and for also fulfilling the dream of somebody that's up there looking down on him saying, I did it, and now you're gonna do it, man. Thank you so much for bringing that in. God bless, man, and safe journeys.
So here we are, just finished up Daytona Bike Week. Not much of it, but the beginning, just leaving Florida. On our way back home. Anyway, we had a nice week. I got to stop down at the Sunshine chapter, spend the time down there, drop by Donnie's Donuts for the afternoon on Sunday, and then got to show the bike at the Broken Spoke Saloon out on Route 1. Anyway, I'm on my way home.